nothing but the dog in me.
One must die, chase the cat.
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. Don't worry about it. Oh man, I got somebody with a long face over here. It's all right. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Technical stuff. Anyway, good evening. Welcome to Posse Presents. Join me tonight as I go all over the place because that's exactly where I plan on being and exactly where I feel like I've been today. But anyway, I'm going to start with some really awesome news. And I'm sure you all remember, if you've been watching, my birthday dogs, which I have harped on endlessly and forever. And there's still been dogs that are in need of homes off of my birthday list. But as of this week, we can officially cross one off. And that would be Murdock. Zach, let's put the pictures of Murdock up. Yes, my Murdock was adopted. I love his face. For those of you who don't remember his story, he was in a shelter since July of 2014, part of a criminal investigation. He was a bait dog. He was tied up in the proceedings. He spent 8 months in isolation. In June of 2015, he went from the municipal shelter to Last Hope, and there were many articles written about him, many shares. I wrote an article about him. He was on Posse Presents, thanks to Linda Sturman and John Esposito for taking the ride up here to get him some exposure. There was just all kinds of promotion for this poor guy. And, you know, his show here had almost 800 views, which is pretty amazing. I mean, it could be over. It was like 780 something the last time I looked. So it could be over the 800 mark. So people were really paying attention and pushing and trying for him. And the people who are adopting him actually did see one of the articles. So, you know, people, that's why you share. You never know. And of all places, Murdock is going. He is going to Arizona.
That's awesome.
Yep, he's going to Arizona where the weather will be kind to his bones. He will be living in a one-story home, which will be kind to his bones.
Right.
His mom is a nurse, so she will have absolutely no problem administering his medications and tending to his medical needs. So, excuse me, because I'm dying. Murdock is actually spending, you know, his last nights homeless. You know, he got a lot of love at the shelter, and, you know, kudos to all the people who supported him and cared for him and cared about him. Because, you know, you could really see in the posts, both on the Adopt Murdock page and the individual people who championed for him, and especially John Esposito just loves that dog. You can tell all day long. There he is with the Murdock selfie. He just loves that dog, and, you know, there has to be. There always had to be something better for Murdock other than living in a shelter. And, you know, one of the most recent posts was so heartbreaking because he was all curled up in his kennel for the night. And, you know, the post said, maybe this is all there is for me. And, you know, that was just like, it was so touching. And there is Kristen Sochi, who came to meet Murdock when he was here. You know, she does my birthday dog show with me every year, her and Leo. And, you know, bless her heart, because she was sharing for him too. And, you know, it was only fair and right that she got to meet him when he was here. This is when Linda and John brought Murdock on the show. We did a beach theme, and there you see the beach chairs and the umbrella and the blanket. Murdock was just, he camped out like between my legs, as you can see, and he just was such a love. I mean, you know, I was in love with him from a distance, and I just loved him so much when he was here. And, you know, these pictures that I got to take with him were just so, it was such an awesome experience to have him here. You know, there's so many dogs that, you know, I post, and so many dogs that I'll put up on the show, and when I do get to meet them, it's just icing on the cake. You know, I mean, I love having dogs in the studio. Look at that face. I just can't stand it. It's, the other morning, I was telling Speedo just before we went on the air, when I saw the news that he'd been adopted, I had woken up kind of in a cross mood, because it was the anniversary of the date that I lost my Daisy, and that was still very devastating to me all these years later. And I sat down in front of the computer with my coffee, and just wanted to see what I missed overnight before I got jumping in the shower. And Sue Torres, love her so much, tagged me to the thread. She's like, you know, did you see this? And I'm like, did I see what? And when I saw it was that Murdock was adopted, I just sat there and I cried, because I cry at adoptions all the time. You know, I'm not a crier, I'm not a baby, pretty stone-hearted, evil and rotten person, but I cry at adoptions. So I sat there blithering like an idiot for a few minutes, and my day got a lot better because of it. So there's my smush face. I love him to death. Wish him nothing but happiness and good health and a long life. Murdock, you did it again, thanks to Linda and John and everybody at Last Hope who did so much. You know, and the other people besides me who wrote articles. You know, like I said, I did one in my column and had him on the show. So, you know, a huge thank you for making a belated birthday wish come true. You know, because that's what it is for me, right? Because he was one of my birthday dogs. I could stare at that face forever. I love him. I'm so stupid. It's just, it's all good. But, you know, it is. It's, again, people, why you share. You know, you can get mad because people's dog shares are clogging up your Facebook wall, and, you know, suck it up. This dog waited his whole life for a moment like this, and he went through hell and back, and he deserves every bit of happiness. So all these dogs do, and if you don't like seeing Facebook posts about dogs, then don't look. You know, you don't have to unfriend these people who are posting dogs. All you have to do is unfollow them, and you won't see their posts in your news feed, and you can just suck it up and get over it, because when a dog like this gets the perfect home, you know, that's more than anybody can ever dream of, and it's a beautiful thing. So I will take the camera back for a moment. Zach with the ears. Anyway, he probably didn't mean it, but it was there. On a personal happy note, you probably all know from time to time I'll post a picture where I'll talk about me and my little Parker, my niece, one of my best friend's little girls, Sarah and Mark. Well, the moment that we've been waiting for about 9 months now, finally arrived, and Parker has her little sister. Let's get the first picture up, Zach. This is when Parker got to meet her little sister, Blake. And Blake Cassidy is her name, and she was born 2 weeks ago yesterday, which is September 25th, which is exactly her due date. So go figure. Not like Sarah wasn't trying to get her out sooner. And I don't blame her. The eviction notice was served, but she wouldn't go, you know. This, like I said, is when Parker got to meet her that next morning for the first time. And the look on Parker's face just kills me. And her sister looks just like her when she was born. Such an awesome thing. And, you know, I understand Parker's name. Mark is a Spider-Man fan. And Peter Parker is Spider-Man's real name. So it makes a lot of sense. Parker. I did not get the whole Blake Cassidy thing. I had to ask Sarah. It's like, all right, so explain this for me, because, you know, I know she said they were going to do, you know, the superheroes justice. Blake Cassidy, their two references are Thor and Carnage. So I guess Thor's human name was Donald Blake, and something about Carnage with somebody Cassidy. I know I sound like an idiot, but it's just not my genre, but I think it's a cool name, and I love it. And the latest picture we've got, pull up the next one, Zach. Look at that! I can't stand it, in the pumpkin patch. And little Blake is dressed like a little pumpkin. Just too adorable. And soon we will have pictures of Auntie Theo with both of her little girls. We will do that in the coming weeks. But anyway, congratulations to Sarah and Mark. Congratulations to Parker on being a big sister. And welcome to the world, little Blake Cassidy. She's a beautiful little girl. She's going to be every bit as beautiful as my beautiful little Parker. And they're both going to be my bestest buddies. I'm excited. Anyway, I will take the camera back. And as I go through my notes, because I'm like all over the place here, had a really cool day today. I decided that I would go check out one of the events that I'd been talking about, the Cane's Crusade Kanetoberfest, and that was in Massachusetts. So I never do like that dangerous, let me go on a road trip on the day of the show because what if I get stuck in traffic thing. But I did it today, and you know, I gave myself a cutoff. I said, you know, I'm going to make sure I leave by a certain time, just this way, God forbid I hit traffic. And of course, I didn't leave when I said I was going to leave and, you know, whatever. But I'm here. It's all good. I only had to rush a little bit. But, you know, I got to see all of, you know, the cool kids, so to speak. You know, Cane's Crusade is a very cool organization. Their Kanetoberfest, it's their condo build, and it's like a little event. You know, Cane's Crusade keeps families together, families including the dogs, of course. They offer support through care kits that include food, treats, toys, equipment, vaccinations, spay and neuters, microchips, and more. And, you know, the condo build, they build these dog houses for dogs who spend a lot of times out of doors for whatever reason. And, of course, Juno builds a condo every year. So, you know who I saw today. If you want any more information about Cane's Crusade, and they've agreed to come on the show. So I can't wait to have them, and we can talk more in person. About what they do, but you can check them out on Facebook, Cane's Crusade, with K's, KANESKRUSADE, and you can go to canescrusade.org, or you can call 413-363-2101. Let's bring up some of those pictures. I got to see a whole bunch of people today, like I said, Juno, Gizmo, Burt, Madison, Sarah Jane, Bella, Jameson, Hannah, Sue Torres. There was just so many people there that it was exciting to see. So let's get those pictures, Zach. There I got to meet Madison. I've missed her at a couple of events, and so that's me with Gizmo and Madison. So that was me down on the ground. That was fun getting up. That's all I'm going to say. It took a minute. I don't do like I'm not that limber anymore. But anyway, Madison is adorable. She was in her little car. Gizmo is just always a little love. Just was smooching all over him. You know, he's just, and you know, I love his mom too. Jen is awesome. She really is. So what do we got next? Here I was inside at they had like they had the tents outdoors, and then they had the table set up inside. And I was at the Sweet Pea Friends of Rutland Animals table, and I told them I would plug the Halloween Spooktacular again, which is happening on Halloween. That's going to be a fun event, and I do plan on attending that, and I will talk about that. What the heck, I'll talk about it now. There's a sponsored dog walk with costumes. There will be events throughout the day, vendors, food and drink, costume parade, haunted hay rides, trick-or-treating for pets and kids, and that will be at Camp Marshall, the Worcester County 4-H Center in Spencer, Mass. And you know, if you missed the opportunity to see all the cool kids today, you know, Juno and Burt and Hannah, Sue Torres, they'll all be there at the Halloween Spooktacular, and that is on Halloween. For more info, you can go to Sweet Pea Friends of Rutland Animal Facebook page. There is the event set up, and you can follow along and see what's going on with that. As things develop, there's still time for, you know, things to get added and things to change. But I was like, all right, you know what? Take my picture by the side, and this way when I talk about it, we'll be there. Anyway, so what else we got for pictures? There's my obligatory gratuitous picture with Juno, who was in her little inmate costume, which kind of makes it really funny because, you know, she's that little, my kindred spirit, little delinquent, and, you know, I'm not even going to elaborate. Next picture, Zach. There is the sign for the condo build where they, you know, we propped it up against. That's one of the condos behind me. That's actually the size of the doghouse that they build. You know, there's teams that sponsor the doghouse, and they build it. They truly, you know, take the, you know, the thing's got shingled roof, it's got the door. I mean, that thing's the real deal. You know, I kudos to, you know, those who do the building. Juno's team was Burt's mom, Gail, and Hannah's mom, Donna, and Juno's mom. And, you know, they put theirs together. But that's pretty much what the condo looks like. So Juno and I did a little pose there. And the next picture, that is, you could see a little bit more of the top of the condo anyway. Like I said, it's got the shingled roof and everything. So, you know, they really try to make the most out of this housing for, you know, a dog that has to spend time outside. But there I am with Juno, of course, and my friend Donna, and that's Hannah with her. That's Hannah's home, the story of the runway Chihuahua. Donna is really cool, and I have to give her a big shout out because I know she watches the show every week, and she comments on it. You know, she goes on the Pound Posse Presents page, and, you know, she'll share her thoughts, and, you know, she's always very encouraging, and I certainly appreciate not only her friendship, but, you know, her loyalty and her viewership and her participation. So thank you, Donna, for being the awesome lady that you are. And thank you, Hannah, for being a fan too. So what's the next picture we've got? There's two redheads hanging out, me and Burt, in the sun. Burt's got his eyes closed, and I'm all squinted up, but, you know, it's my gratuitous self-gratifying picture. You know, I've got to do this like all the time here with these pictures, but it's all good. That's me and Burt. What do we got next? Here, I was trying to leave. You know, it was getting later and later, and somebody said to me, don't leave yet because Deb's getting an award and she doesn't know. Stick around. So I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I have to go. But I stuck around. And congratulations to Juno's mom, Deb Young. She got the Canes Crusade 3rd Annual Abundant Advocacy Award. And that is for her dedication, sacrifice, and commitment to animal welfare. Yeah, I mean, if anybody deserves that, I'm going to say it's Deb. She does so much You know, she kind of does a lot through Juno, but you know, we've talked about this before. Juno is a great front. You know, we all believe the stories, and you know, we all enjoy the posts, but it's Deb who's doing all these amazing, amazing things. You know, she takes care of feral cats. She's got so much going on. She's always got her hands in something. She supports so many causes, and you know, she's not like that armchair type of supporter. She gets out there. She rolls up her sleeves, literally. Whether she's building a condo, or she's, you know, saving animals, or she's, you know, sticking up for the rights of animals, whatever. She really is amazing, and I'm proud to call her my friend. There she is, right after she got the award. I think there's a couple pictures of them presenting, Zach. Yep, there you go. That was them presenting Deb with the award. And she had no idea. She really didn't. I went to the tent with, you know, Jameson's journey. You know, Jameson's mom's like, oh, I forgot your name. And I didn't even say to her, yeah, well, I forgot yours too. So, haha, we're even. She said to me, you know, don't leave yet. Let's go to the tent. And they were looking for Deb, and Deb came. They went inside. She was actually inside, and they told her, you know, you need to get outside right away. They need you to go to the tent. And she like came running out with Juno in her car. She didn't know what was going on, and you know, it was really nice to be there for that. She really did. She had no idea. So there she's showing the award to Juno, which is really cute. But anyway, again, congratulations, because Deb, you know, you are amazing, and I am proud to call you my friend. All the Juno stuff aside, you are just the real deal, and I admire you greatly. I think that's it for those pictures. Apparently I was right. Well, you know, I mean, I should know. I put them together, right? But anyway, huh? Yeah, man. So I want to, we're getting, you know, down to the wire here. I want to put up a few dogs that are in need of homes. Let's get the first picture up. Leaf. This poor girl, she's sad and she's scared, and all she's doing is shaking. So they decided to call her Leaf, which, all right, you know, I get it. But she's terrified at the pound. She's, you know, she's not being very receptive to men, and that may be just like, you know, the ACO thing, you know, the guy who took her and has her captive. You know, dogs have this whole mentality. You know, it could just be the atmosphere that you know, she's nervous about the officers there, or she just could not be good around men. It's hard to know. She needs out ASAP. She needs to go to a rescue who will evaluate her, work with her, and care for her. You know, there's really no idea how she does with other animals. It's not even the time for the usual questions. You know, there's people posting on her thread, well, you know, how is she? You know, you can't even go there right now. She needs to get out of there. She needs to be evaluated. She needs a little, you know, time to decompress, and, you know, it needs to be determined what her specific situation needs to be. So, you know, she truly needs a rescue to be just that and get her out of there. So, you know, if it turns out that she's not adoptable, or she is a problem, you know, at least she'll have a better outcome than just sitting at that shelter until something happens, and, you know, she's just terrified and things aren't going to be good for her at all. She'll never get better. She'll never be a better dog sitting there like that. So anyway, there's another dog at Bristol, and that would be Pumpkin. Let's get Pumpkin up. Pumpkin is adorable. He seriously needs a little spa day, a little TLC. He's just the cutest little thing. He's just a little ragamuffin right now. Looks like he's been through the mud and probably had a good time at it. But, you know, he's not happy in his cage. It makes him moody when he's out. although he's, interacting with the ACOs quite nicely. He does need a cleanup, and definitely ultimately an understanding home or a rescue that will stick up for him and, see where he really needs to be in this world and put him in the right place. You can email friendsbristolanimalshelter@gmail.com. That's a lot of words, but you can do it. friendsbristolanimalshelter@gmail.com. All one word, @gmail.com. And that would be the 2 dogs in the Bristol Pound. I'll take the camera back. And very quickly, I'm aware of a situation where there are 2 dogs, or were 2 dogs, in a home that was foreclosed. The people are moving in about a week. One of the dogs was adopted out, and the mama dog remains. I don't know what her situation is, whether she's spayed now or not, but she is home alone until somebody comes in at night to let her in and feed her. I'm told she looks really lost. She's, like I said, there all alone. There's only about another week left before the rest of the family moves out of the house, and nobody knows what's going to happen to this dog. She's said to be aggressive if you come into the yard, but I don't know if that's being confused with protective. So, sometimes you have to choose your words like really carefully. But she really needs, I would say at this point, a good foster or a rescue that has a foster. So if anybody's got any solutions for this one, please email me and I'll put you in contact with the people who can get this dog out of there. You can email me at pawprints713@aol.com, PAWPRINTS713@aol.com. And quickly before we go, next Saturday is the 9th annual Pit Bull Awareness Day. There will be microchipping. There will actually be victory dogs, which are the Michael Vick dogs, food, games, raffles, vendors, demos, AKC good citizen testing. Not like my dogs would ever be good at that. Speakers, animal communicators, and I did say food. 11 to 4, Warsaw Park, Pulaski Highway in Ansonia. It's sponsored by the Connecticut Pit Bull Project. Time for me to go, folks. I'm going to say peace, love, and dogs. Until next time, have a great weekend. Thank you for watching.